I want to address something really quick. Now, a lot of people are asking why WWE is dropping the Miz Daniel Bryan Talking Smack angle slash storyline. And I'm going to address this as pragmatic as I possibly can for those of you that do not understand. Or try to get rid of your bias here. Try to throw that shit out. Try to meet me in the middle, maybe. But the reason why that they're quote unquote getting rid of the storyline or continuing it in another angle, I'm going to address that in a minute. It's pretty simple. Daniel Bryan can't wrestle anymore because WWE will not clear him. It is as simple as that. If they continue this with Daniel Bryan involved, Daniel Bryan would just have to pick someone to take his place. That's common sense. And all that would happen is that Daniel Bryan would pick someone and the Miz will cower and run away. By the way, they're already continuing this because Dolph Ziggler currently came down to the ring on SmackDown Live and called Miz a coward in front of him, in front of his wife, in front of the fans, in front of the whole fucking world, addressing what happened on Talking Smack. And what did the Miz do? He track meted and ran away just like a coward, just like he fucking always does. Now, one thing I would like to point out is that the only reason why his rant, his crying, his bitching, his complaining, the Miz's took place, and the reason why he got away with it was because it was Daniel Bryan that was on the opposition. Be honest. If it was this guy, or maybe this guy,
look in my eyes, what do you see? The cult of personality.
or for Christ's sake, this guy, that would have said the same thing right to the Miz's face, there would have been no rant. There would have been no rebuttal. There would have been no comeback from the Miz, as much as the magnitude that it was. Because, again, those guys would have tore him to bits. You know it, the theme knows it, the whole fucking universe knows it. So the reason why they didn't continue this angle slash storyline is because there is absolutely nowhere to fucking go with it. And for those of you saying, oh my god, The Miz cut his best promo ever, he's awesome. No, he's not. He bitched, he complained, he cried in front of the fucking camera. And that was it. Daniel Bryan just pointed out what everybody has been pointing out for fucking years. And that's the reason why those people that have been pointing out for years don't like The Miz. We don't, okay, when people say, you don't like him, he's doing his job as a heel. No, that's not the fucking reason why I don't like him. It's not because of the fucking heel. This is different type of heat. I don't fucking like him because he got shot up the ladder to where he is as far as being a former WWE champion. And he fucking can't put on a classic wrestling match to save his fucking life. Plus, when you compare him to each and every past champion, besides the three that aren't billed as wrestlers, namely Vince McMahon, John Arquette, and Vince Russo, you compare The Miz to any past champion in their primes, The Miz would get obliterated. Now, I'm going to lay out a couple of questions here. Do you think that The Miz could challenge The Undertaker at WrestleMania? Could he even challenge The Undertaker in the Hell in a Cell match? No. Could The Miz challenge Brock Lesnar and be taken seriously? No. Okay. All right here. Could you imagine The Miz going against Stone Cold Steve Austin? No. Okay. How about if he was still alive and kicking and in his prime? Could you imagine The Miz against Andre the Giant? No. How about Yokozuna? No. Big Van Vader? No. Nature Boy Ric Flair when Ric Flair was in his prime? No. Macho Man Randy Savage? Ultimate Warrior? Sid Justice? Sid Vicious? Really? Seriously? Do you think that The Miz could magic? Oh, Yeah, how about Hulk Hogan in his prime? How about CM Punk, The Rock? Let's see. Yeah. You see where I'm going? You see where I went with that? This is why nobody fucking likes him. He's not believable in that standard to put him in the same conversation or in the same category to people that I just named and more. As former fucking world champions, WWE champions, WCW champions, NWA champions, AWA champions. It doesn't fucking matter where they came from. They have more skills. And the thing about the Miz and his rant is simply this. He took a shit on everybody that's in the independent scene and in NXT currently, busting their ass, and even in the Cruiserweight Classic, busting their ass, showing off skill, and actually trying to get somewhere as far as entertaining the fans and showing off their skill at the same time in order to get to the top, in order to be the best, in order to be the man. The Miz against Seth Rollins? What? Are you kidding me? Kevin Owens? No. Especially if you're asking for a classic fucking wrestling match that actually means something, that actually is world championship worthy, or as far as being billed as one of the greatest matches or the greatest people of all time. The Miz does not deserve anywhere close to those accolades because he hasn't fucking earned it. This is why Daniel Bryan said what he said. And that is nothing but the fucking truth. For all the years that The Miz has been, even John Cena has improved and has gave us classic matches. What does that say about The Miz at this point? If you're seriously thinking that The Miz can be in the conversation as one of the greatest of all time, then you have a fucking screw loose. His championship reign didn't mean anything. When he won the Money in the Bank contract, he did nothing in that fucking match. Regardless of who else was in the match, how the fuck do you not have a spot or a special moment in the Money in the Bank ladder match? No. Tag team champions, all his partners did all the work. U.S. champion, help me Riley, help me Riley. Alex Riley did all the fucking work. Listen. As I said before, as far as The Miz being a leader, he couldn't lead ants to a picnic. As far as him being a great wrestler, no. Hell no. It is not in the equation. This guy has shown nothing to get at the top and to be given. Whose dick is he sucking? He always talks like he has condoms stuck in between his teeth. What the fuck is he doing? Who the fuck is he going down on in order to get these titles and these title reigns? Because he fucking doesn't deserve it at all. If you have any problem with what I just said, comment below. I want to hear it. And again, don't say, he's a heel, he's doing a shot. No, again, I've already laid that case. So if you're a Miz fan, that's adorable. But let's face facts here. The reason why they didn't continue that angle is because Daniel Bryan can't wrestle anymore. He just can't. Again, period. And once again, he would have had to pick someone that could have taken his place. He couldn't pick anybody that was big and established already because it fucking wouldn't have worked. The Miz would have lost or ran, track meted like a little bitch as usual. So The Miz being a coward, that's not storyline. That's just mere fact and how he is and how he's always fucking been. And for him to take a shit on the motherfuckers that have worked hard, the motherfuckers that have moves, the motherfuckers that have skill, the motherfuckers that will bust their ass to entertain and to actually try to be the best, the Miz, fuck you. Fuck that guy. And if you have anything to say about it, the fucking roll is down there. I await the challenge. Drop kicks, body slams, throwing motherfuckers over the top rope, both feet hitting the floor. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan, and wrestling is something that the Miz can't do. This is the theme, and I'll see you later.